Hey guys, it's Michelle, the Insulin Empress. I have a couple minutes left in my lunch period, and something happened today that I wanted to share with you. It happens to a lot of people, and when they start tracking with their CGMs and their finger stick monitors to check their blood sugar, they will see this and freak out. And it happens a lot. It happens more often than people realize. So when you eat carbs, if you eat a small amount of carbs, you will spike insulin for a full meal. Okay, so if you're eating a small amount, that insulin will overtake all the sugar you're eating plus some, and so you'll end up with something called reactive hypoglycemia, where your sugar drops lower than what you started with. And today that happened to me. Yesterday I had a shit ton of carbs. It was Halloween. We had a Halloween party at work, and I ate several hot dogs and fruit and cake and all sorts of stuff. And my sugar went really high, came back down, up and down all day long, but it never went to hypoglycemic levels. I never had reactive hypoglycemia. So I did have the up and down postprandial syndrome type stuff, but no actual hypoglycemia. Today, though, I had just one hot dog with the bun and the ketchup and the mustard, and a small packet of those pretzels covered in like the honey mustard powder. That was it. That is not a lot of food. That is a snack. Whenever you snack, you are spiking insulin enough for a full meal, which is going to cause reactive hypoglycemia, which is going to cause low blood sugar, and it's going to cause all the symptoms that go with low blood sugar, the palpitations, the heart racing, the anxiety, the sweating from head to toe. I don't have symptoms when I'm low, okay? I have something called hypo-unaware. So I would not have known without the CGM that I have on my leg. I would not have known. It sends both to my phone and to my Apple Watch. It sends the blood sugar reading, so I know what's going on. And I happen to be scrolling, looking through my phone through some of the apps, and I'm like, wait a minute, I think I just saw a 66. So that's not terribly low. It's not dangerous, but it is low. And so I pulled over and I pulled out my meter and I checked my sugar, and sure enough, it was 59. And when I looked back about 10 minutes before that 66 reading, it was down to 60. So it's pretty close. And I don't freak out and treat because my body always recovers on its own. I do not have regular hypoglycemia, just reactive hypoglycemia. So my body fixed itself on its own. In half an hour or so, it was in the 80s. And so, but the fact that I ate a small amount of carbs cause that reactive hypoglycemia episode. And this happens to a lot of people. They eat a small amount of carbs thinking that will be enough to keep them steady, and it actually does the exact opposite. It causes more problems in the long run because of the fact that you're looking at your sugar levels and you're thinking in glucose, but you're not thinking in insulin. Food that spikes insulin is going to spike enough for a full meal. You need to make sure that you have enough food to cover that insulin. Okay, your insulin production is not going to be small just because you eat a small amount of carbs. If you're eating any carbs, you're going to spike insulin. And you're going to spike insulin for a full meal. So you need to make sure that you eat a full meal. So if you can't eat a full meal, don't eat. Don't snack. Snacking is one of the worst things to do with insulin resistance because it makes your insulin resistance worse over the long run. So don't snack. Eat a full meal. Don't do what I did today. Just snacking. If you're going to have carbs, commit to it. Just eat a good amount. Make sure you got complex carbs in there. Make sure you got protein. Make sure you got fat. But eat a full meal to cover that insulin so you don't have that reactive hypoglycemia that happens. Now, this is for reactive hypoglycemia that is not caused by gastric bypass or any kind of stomach surgery. If you have that kind of reactive hypoglycemia, that is a totally different animal, totally different thing going on there. That is a systemic or mechanical part in the stomach that's not working. This has nothing to do with regular reactive hypoglycemia that happens with insulin resistance. So I got to go back to work now, but I hope that kind of helped to explain a little bit why you shouldn't snack and why you should eat full meals and why reactive hypoglycemia happens so often, especially when people are trying to be very careful and watch what they eat, and so they eat small amounts, or sometimes even doctors will tell you to eat 5-6 small meals a day, and they don't realize that's actually the worst advice that they can give to somebody that is dealing with insulin resistance and with reactive hypoglycemia. So I hope my experience today has helped you make better choices. Eat full meals, don't snack. See you later.